this one. Oh yeah. There's a great delay. If this breaks, then I guess this will be a second type of podcast kind of video. I don't plan on attacking anything. So it's not like I'm losing footage, as opposed to I'm still gaining footage because I'm mainly explaining my Oodachi playstyle in this video. That's what I'm doing for this video specifically. Alright. So wanted to lower my volume here. Alright. Haven't done this in a while, but I guess I will. I don't even think my PS4 remembers anymore. I think I'll just put that. It should be better. And people will find it. Just using the similar keywords how to help, right? Right. Alright. That's good. Now, in this video, I'm going to be explaining my Oodachi playstyle. The reason why I didn't put it in my last video was because I didn't see the point in doing so. I didn't see the point in trying to push it forward. Like, you know, push the envelope. I didn't want to make a video that was so long on trying to explain my builds plus my playstyle. Now, my playstyle with Oodachi in this video is not really going to cover Magatamas, because I already covered Magatamas in my last video. What I'm going to be explaining in this video is how I play my class, how I play Oodachi. Basically what I'm saying is, in a combat situation, what attacks do I like to use and why do I use them? Now, when I go up to an enemy in Onigiri, depending upon what type of enemy it is, it will produce different results of how I'll approach the enemy. If I'm fighting Tiamat, I tend to go under his legs and I'll hit him with a bunch of skills and just rotate along with him. When I'm fighting Mephi, which is really weird because I'm an Oodachi user, I'll use a lunge step sword in tandem with my Oodachi in order to produce the results that I want to produce. Which is hit him hard, switch to the lunge step sword, get out of here. Or get out of there, rather. Now, I like doing my Oodachi a little bit differently from other Oodachi users I've seen, which is how to explain it, is I like to think outside of the box on how I'm facing an enemy. If I see a spear user is able to stay like a good distance off because they're just kind of stabbing them, I'll like look at my Oodachis and see what skill will produce a similar result. And for me that would be Void Slash, but I don't use Void Slash a lot. Even though we have access to it, it would be a great lightning move to use on my Thundertailed Fafnir. If I could get my hands on 3 Void Slash cards and slap them on to that bad boy, that would be magnificent. Now, to continue explaining, thank you for whoever just tuned in. If the video's gone out, don't worry if you can't see what I'm doing. This one's just a thorough explanation video, and it's to explain how I play Oodachi. So there's nothing to worry about right there. Now, to continue speaking, because I have a lot of words in my cranium and I want to get them out. Now, as I play Oodachi, I realize that different moves produce different results. If there's a universal skill that I can put on an Oodachi that'll help me play as if I was another class and it benefits me, I'll do it. My second Fafnir Nova, or technically my first one, has a Zoom to Arrow 7, and I tend to use that to pick off enemies that are running far away from me, or to clear a straight line of enemies, or to deal a great amount of damage to a straight line of enemies. I think that's really intelligent for me to do, and I like doing it that particular way, in that particular. I'm going to check on my video real quick. I don't like keeping it open because I don't like hearing myself speak in the background while I'm already speaking already. Oh, cool. So it's already doing, it's still doing fine. Now, and continuing on with that explanation and moving on. That's how I do it. I like playing my Oodachi class and being versatile in different situations. Like, Oodachi has great versatility in the fact that we can pick off mobs and we're great boss crushers as well. But we have to be more patient, right? We have to be more patient, wait for bosses to do bigger swings, arcs, and openings in order to lay down the law that is our damage, which is theoretically lesser than axe but greater than sword. But sword has mobility over us as opposed to axes, who have greater power than us. So we're the technical hybrid power class, and the fact that we're given speed and power, we just have to figure out how we're going to do it, you know? Like, how are we going to adjust to the situation that's presented in front of us? Because if I'm in a situation to where an enemy is weak to wind, I would probably use this Fafnir Nova with its triple Fierce Slash, because that would be a great wind weapon to hit that enemy with. If I'm in a situation where it's the same enemy, right? Same enemy, same wind weakness, but let's just, well, not even the same enemy, but let's say it's an enemy that benefits me more from using Zoom to Arrow on it, then I would probably use Zoom to Arrow. I have a Crystal Judgment Oodachi, which is the Glacis Typhoon Oodachi, that has double Zoom to Arrow on it, and I had that same thing on my Rev 3, but Rev 3 benefited better from a different move, so I adjusted my Rev 3 to fit the criteria of what I was looking for. Now, the arrow is a very excellent skill, but it's not a typical Oodachi skill, and so I don't want to recommend the move if nobody else can have it. So while I'd say it's a great skill, I wouldn't recommend it purely for Oodachi users to rely on. Rely on Fierce Slash more and get good at using Fierce Slash. Sorry. Alright, excuse me. That was really weird. Now, to continue with my explanation, I think it's a really great thing to make sure that you know your class well. And with me, I know my class well. I know what I'm doing whenever I'm hitting enemies with what I want to hit them with. Now, Fierce Slash, to get onto the topic of it, rank 5 and rank 6 Fierce Slash only have one tornado they toss out, but Fierce Slash 7 tosses out 2 tornadoes. And I think that's bogus sometimes, because I'm like, I'm just trying to kill my enemy and you want me to throw out 2 Fierce Slashes. Now, what's really good about the Fierce Slash, any one of them, if their tornado completes itself, you can roll. You know, you can roll, or you can, I don't think you can block. Yeah, no, you can't block, but you can roll out of Fierce Slash. And you can make it hit damage if you want to. Thank you for tuning into my video. Right now, I'm explaining how I play Oodachi. Right now, I was just on the topic of Fierce Slash and how it is in my opinion, it is a great skill, but it's not really seen a lot in Oodachi gameplay, and I think that's rather sad, considering the fact that overall, it's a really good skill, but here's the con of Fierce Slash, is that you can get canceled out of Fierce Slash. Yeah, you didn't mishear me. You can get canceled out of the move and it completely blows. And I think it completely blows because it's a good skill. It hits hard. I can hit level 145 enemies for 2 to 4 mil a tick with Fierce Slash. It has a great cooldown cut. It feels like the Water Dragon Spear or Lance of Flames, you know? But for wind, and it's me, and it's Oodachi, and it's not a stabby move. Anyways, I think it's a really good OG Oodachi skill, and it needs a lot more recognition, which is why I'm giving it the recognition that it deserves. Pound for pound, I think Fierce Slash is a better move because I can roll out of Fierce Slash. It may not do the same damage as Zunde Arrow, but it'll do more consistent damage. Since it's 50% slice and 50% wind, if an enemy happens to be resistant to holy or wind, resistant to holy or pierce, I don't have to worry about that in a move like Fierce Slash. It's 50% wind, 50% slice. I don't have anything to worry about, right? And I think that's a great thing. Not having to worry about anything in particular when it comes to my playstyle, especially if it's going to be Oodachi. If it's going to be Oodachi, then I want to make sure that I can roll out of moves if I need to roll out of them, or combo them together if I want to combo them. You see, Oodachi is very great in the fact that we are versatile in our combos. I can combo my 3 Fierce Slashes together, one after the other. Here, that was like kind of a semi-poor example of it, but see, let me show you. Boom, 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 boom. And so I can combo them together. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And I can keep producing that. You see, with my cooldown cut, I can keep producing this result. Because once I do Fierce Slash 5, I can do Fierce Slash 6. Once I do 6, I can do 7. And the chain just repeats itself over and over again. It's a very great combo chain. I love it. Double Bursting Embers, which is another great move for Oodachi. Bursting Embers is 50% wind, 50% fire. I think it's an excellent move because you, as an Oodachi user fused and above, get a fire benefit as your secondary element, and you main wind element as your main, it's your main element. So if you're using Wicked Wolves like every Oodachi player should be using most of the time, then you're going to benefit greatly from Double Bursting Embers on a Fafnir. If you want to use double lances, I'd recommend it. Have one that has double lances on it. Have another that has double bursting embers. You won't be disappointed. I promise you that. Or maybe you will be. So I take my promise back. Now, to explain further on enemies. Now, it's weird because on the moon, I have to approach it differently than other classes. Now, I don't really like using dark. It's not a skill, it's not an element pool that I like delving into, because I think Oodachis, we get like Collapsing Blade, and that's our dark skill. That's our dark skill. Ain't nothing else. We get Collapsing Blade. We don't get any other dark move other than what you would get outside of Universal Ogis or Don Trio. And that's just Universal Ogi. Continuing onward, I think your Oodachi excuse me. Sorry, I just had to adjust my vocal cords there for a little bit. Now, I think with your Oodachi, you can do what you need to do, right? You can play the game how you want to play the game with your Oodachi, but if you want to be good at Oodachi, learn how to master Fierce Slash, learn how to master Sky Slash, and learn how to master Sumame Gashi, or it's called Sumbame Gashi. Either or of the enunciations, I like them. It's a really good move. It's 100% slice as opposed to Sky Slash 6 and above, which is 50% holy, 50% slice. And that 50% slice works well on weapons that give you 50% slice. And with that, I'm going to see if my video is still recording or not. I want to make sure it's still up and at 'em and about. Yep, it is. It's still streaming. That's good. Now, with this, see how Sumame Gashi or Subame Gashi can be comboed into. So I can do 6 into 7 and be just fine. So 6 into 7, you're okay. You can use Holy Empty Sky Slash here. Usually with this Oodachi, what I like to do is go this, into this, into this. Because as you can see, Holy Empty Sky Slash makes the Sumaigashis a little bit faster than what they typically are. So I can go boom, 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 right at the end of the chain, before Holy Empty Sky Slash even begins to finish. See, it's a hard thing to keep up with, but as I slash, it gets to that upward slash, right? Which tells me that Holy Empty Sky Slash, see, is about to finish. So, boom, 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 boom. She goes to raise up her sword like that. I combo the Sumamegashis into it. So I can go boom, 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 boom. 1, 2. So it's really easy. So boom and boom. Or if I need to, I can go Holy Empty Sky Slash, roll out of it. Sumamegashi, same thing. I can roll forward into something if I need to. I can roll away if I need to, which is really great. Same, roll to the left, roll to the right, roll to the back, or I can go boom, roll into a guard. And there's many different scenarios that you can do with this game and how you play your class. Not in the Magatama sense, but in the sense of how you literally play your class. Because you can have the same attack, same skill force, same crit as another player you're playing with, and that person just fundamentally knows the class, knows when to swing, knows when not to swing, knows the exact frame rate of a move, and just knows. They know what they're doing. They know how to play with the moves in front of them. And you may have the same power level as them, your character may have it, but you don't have the same personal skill level as them. Now, this was just a minor explanation on how I play Oodachi, and I realize it's late, so I realize that people are not going to be tuning into it as much as I would like, but I'm blessed with whoever watched this video in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I know this video was short, but I wanted to explain just really quickly how I play Oodachi, and to be honest with you, it would take probably more than even an hour-long stream to explain how I fully play Oodachi itself. As I said, I want to keep these two videos relatively short within each other, because my last video was 30 minutes long. This video is about to run on to 20 minutes long, and so I don't want to keep y'all for too long, because one following another, you know, you're asking for an hour-long stream. I don't want to keep y'all around for that long because I realize people lead very busy lives. So everybody that's going to watch this video in the future, thank you very much. Or everybody that is currently watching this video and PS4 is not telling me, thank you very much. Y'all be blessed.